Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Empire team call. This is Barbie Decker. I guess I'm the founder of the Empire, but I'm one of the many leaders on our awesome team. We have a special call tonight. It is actually part 2 of the Get Me to Emerald workshop that we did last week. Now, we're having a little challenge with this particular call. If you just got on, please make sure that you're muted. Let's get started. We're just going to take 1 minute to do a little bit of recognition. This week, we added 242 new coaches onto our team. That's pretty sweet. We have 16,136 members on the Empire. Wow. And to think that it really just began with one person back in September of 2007, and look how we've grown. I want to take a minute also to acknowledge the top producers on our team. Garland Woodard with 2,500 volume points. Wayne Wyatt, Todd Warren. I was going to say Wayne Wyatt appears several times here because he has several business centers. Leslie Anderson, Preston Witt, David Marston, Erin Pryor, Amy Silverman, Katie Goon, Rachel Farkas, Rachel Patton, Leslie Moody, Rochelle Griffin, Carmen Mendoza, and Josh Spencer. Yay! I try not to show not preferential treatment, but you know, when I see a name that I recognize, makes me super duper happy. Top sponsors for the week, all 4 and 3, Naomi Carteret, Nicola Tate, Wayne Wyatt with 4, Raina Graham with 3, Melissa Sewell with 3, Amy Silverman with 3, and Jason Lipoff with 3. I want to give a super duper shout out to Amy Silverman, who's currently number 5 in the top coach running, and Meredith Ganau, she's in the top 20. So I think top 20 or top 25. I'm pretty sure it's top 20, but I think that she can be in the top 10. I know that she could be in the top 10 this year if she pushes hard. And just, they're really team Set Your Soul on Fire. They're really such an amazing team. All right, we have one person who updated their roll call. I'm looking for it. I had to close everything down, so I'm looking for it again. So you guys, it's super important for us to record in the Empire Assembly Hall when you have a rank advancement, so that we can celebrate with other people on the team, and then you'll be an inspiration to people on your team. So please do update it. Congratulations to Susan Stanlake on becoming Emerald. Yay! And her sponsoring coach is Leslie Moody. Congratulations again. All right, you guys. So last Wednesday, our call centered around what Emerald is, why you want to get to Emerald, and we focused on 3 people who gave us their examples of how they started the conversation with a wife, a husband, a cousin, a mother, a stranger, a customer, a person on their like page, in order to sponsor them as a coach so that they can become an Emerald coach. Now, if you just got on, please mute yourself. So very, very quickly, you guys, a lot of you guys are new. I'm going to say it in 2 minutes or less, or maybe even 1 minute or less. Please mute your line. I'm telling you, somebody's going to order a cheeseburger. Okay. Why do you want to be an Emerald coach? It's our very first rank advancement. As an Emerald coach, you get free customer leads. And that's a big deal because these are customers who have already bought a Beachbody product and they've been assigned to you as their coach. We have so many superstars on our team who were free customer leads, including myself. So I was gifted to some guy who was a coach, and I actually wrote to him and I said, hey, I'm starting Sim 6. Would you, support me in my journey? I just want this accountability. And guess what? The coach never wrote me back. And so I went ahead and I found someone that would support me. And so there's one lucky coach out there who has me and all of you on this team in his downline. And again, I was a free customer lead. So Josh Spencer was my free customer lead. Amanda Bush, was a free customer lead. She's a diamond coach. Julie Henderson, we'll hear from her today. She's a star diamond coach. Keith Williams, he's a star diamond coach. He was also a free customer lead. So that's a huge reason. And reason number 2 for getting to Emerald is that you get to participate in the Team Cycle bonus. And last week I went through the lengthy explanation of it for people who love details. This week I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and all I will tell you is that what it means that when you can earn, when I say that you can earn Team Cycle bonus, is that you basically get to earn when your team, anybody on your team, anybody in your downline sells anything, whether it's a Shakeology or $20,000 worth of product. That becomes volume for you, and you get to benefit from that, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I've asked 10 people. Hopefully they all made it on to this call because I know we had some technical difficulties coming in. I've asked 10 people actually, to share with us who it was that they invited to become, or who they asked to become a coach, and that's how they became Emerald. So I am about to unmute you, Stacy. Now, Stacy, I'm going to unmute you. You're not going to hear my voice, so you're just going to go ahead and you're going to share person number 1, and then tell us details, like if you said something, if you sent a message, if you said anything, just share everything that you could. Just put yourself in the place of a new coach who has, or not a new coach, but even a coach who's been a coach for a while and has no idea how to go about it. So be as detailed as possible. All right. Oh, goodness. Okay, Stacy, try to unmute yourself, and let's see if that works. It's saying that I can't unmute you. I'm telling you, today's a special call. Okay, actually, I can promote you to presenter, but you're not going to be able to hear me. Hello? Remote presenter. Stacy? Hold on. Try talking, Stacy. All right. Alita, I have a feeling this is not going to happen for us tonight, you guys. Alita, can you unmute yourself, or anyone that's supposed to be speaking? I see that you guys can't unmute yourself. And it's saying that I can't unmute you either. No one can unmute themselves. Brooke, can you try? Yeah, *6 is to unmute. There's something happening with AnyMeeting. Pop-up says I can't because, right, it says that everybody's unmuted, but everybody's actually muted. And my screen says that everyone is in listen-only mode. Okay. This is not happening for us. Is there a number you can call? Yeah, try Stacy. Oh, I have the document. I can open up the document. Okay, we've got a lot of you guys on the phone. I don't want this to be a wasted call, so we are going to wing it. And I can't unmute the meeting. Let me try something. Hold on. You know what we can try to do, you guys? You can stay on. No, I tried that before, and it says listen only mode, so it shouldn't have this problem. Okay, you guys no, I don't think that it's going to help if you log out and log back in. All right, you guys, we are Yeah, no, it's something technical because it says that Brooke is a presenter right now, but she can't unmute herself or mute herself. All right, you guys. So it turns out we're not going to have 10 guest speakers, but what we are going to have is us talking about it just for a few minutes at least, and then we're going to have to try this again another time because this will be a crazy recording to listen to. So, all right, guys, let's just let it go, and we're just going to spend the next 10 minutes or so just talking about Emerald and answering your questions, if anything. I wanted to tell you about how I decided to become an Emerald coach. Many of you know my story, but when I decided to become a coach, I didn't actually mean to work the business. I simply wanted to help people. I like the title of coach, and so I became a coach. The idea of making money never even occurred to me. I had been a coach. My first month I made $0. My second month I made $29. And my third month I was making about $20 or $30 a week. Okay, you guys, I see you chatting in the chat box. I'm letting it go because seriously, it's not going to work. So let's just do what's best for everybody on this call, which is, I think, to share some of the stories here, and we'll just let it go and we'll try it another time. And I'm sorry that I know that 10 of you all made it because I see your names, but there's nothing that I can do on my side right now. So I'm going to ignore the little chat box for a second because I cannot unmute you. Okay, so 3 months into it, I had a customer, Rochelle Griffin, who became my very first coach ever, ask about coaching. And she said that she had looked into coaching and she wanted to know what it was. And I remember jumping up and down and being like, oh my God, I'm going to have a coach. And I remember thinking that, this is way back then in 2007, I remember thinking, this doesn't happen for me. This is not going to happen for me. This is becoming emerald, becoming diamond is something that happens for someone else. And all of a sudden I had someone that was interested in being a coach. So she signed up and I knew that I needed my second person to become a coach. And who do you think that I asked? I asked my ex-husband. I think I just wrote to him. I sent him a message and pretty much said, hey, can I use your social security number? I need to sign up for something. I promise it's not illegal. And he was like, okay, yeah, sure. And so I did. So my ex-husband was my second coach. And so, but I will tell you that technically you're allowed to sponsor someone in your immediate family with your own credit card. So if it's your mom and dad, or your husband or your wife, you can even use your credit card to pay for their business services fee and to get them to be active. So that's actually what I did with my mom. And, now my mom, she has her business center that's been there for a while, and she makes a little bit of money every month. I run the business center for her, but it's just great. It's just a way for her to make a little bit of money on the side. So that's something that you can do. You can ask your husband, your wife, your mom, your dad, your cousin. And so I'm going to take Joy's example. Joy has been a coach I just spoke to her last week. She's been a coach for just, I want to say 2 to 3 months. The first person that she signed up was her husband. And all she said was, I've seen Arthur. She said, hey, Arthur, you became a Beachbody coach today. His response was, okay, as long as I don't have to do anything. All right? How easy is that? Now, let's face it, you guys. I know that you have, well, most of us, let me rephrase that. I know that your spouse is going to say yes to most anything that we do, right? Because they trust us. So I know that you guys, you can do that. And, Danny Johnson talks about excuses, and a lot of times when a prospect says, I'm going to have to speak to my husband, or I'm going to have to, consult my wife about this, she said for us to ask, so is it true that you consult your husband or your wife, your boyfriend or your girlfriend on every decision that you make? Because I think it's true. I mean, when we really want something, we can just ask for the support of our husband or our wife or our boyfriend, girlfriend, and they're going to say yes. So if you really want this, go ahead and take the leap and ask. Okay, the second person that Joy asked, she said that she shared the script um, with the person that became a coach out of the blue. And at first, that this coach said that she wasn't interested, but she reached back to her and she said, hey, I want to sign up. And she said, now the rest is history. So I think what she's saying is that on our team, we have scripts. We have scripts for everything. We have scripts for becoming a coach or talking to someone to to speak to someone about becoming a coach, and that's what she did. So she used the script, and then the person said, yeah. Well, at first she said no, and then she said yes. Okay. So Karina's example, how am I doing, you guys? Can I get a little support from this? Because there are a lot of you on the call, and I didn't want to waste your time. So if I could get a little support, that would be awesome, because I feel a little bit crazy talking to myself. Yay! Oh, you guys are so awesome. Okay, now you're going to make me cry. Seriously, I mean, we just have to wing it. You know, there's a lot of you guys on this call, and we could have been like, oh, you know, I give up, technology sucks, but that's not the way we do it. Like, not on our team. I saw someone in the New Coach Basics today say, I feel like I've already failed. And I was seriously out the door when I saw that comment, and in my head I was like, no, you didn't. There is no such thing as like, I've already failed. You don't throw in the towel. As a Beachbody coach, you just freaking do what you can do with what you have. And so that's why this call is going forward. And that's why I love our team. So, okay. Karina said that her first coach was her husband, and she, again, just like Joy, said, hey, hon, I signed up as a coach to get muted. If you have an Emerald story, share it, but they got muted again. Okay, and the second person, she signed them up, but she didn't tell us who it is, and she just said, no. She just said, okay, sure, whatever that means. If you think it'll help you grow your business, go for it. She did say that the sad part is that it didn't work because at the time she didn't know enough about placement, and she had the person on an inside leg. And this is super important, you guys. When you are becoming an Emerald coach, and I forgot to mention this last week, you want to put a coach on the right and on the left, okay? So we have a document for preferred placement. So make sure that you speak to your coach or that you speak to someone on our team that can help you with placement, because you might end up with someone on two people on a left leg, two people on a right leg. You want someone on the outside left and outside right. Okay. Just a few more examples and we are going to wrap it up. All right. There's someone else on the team who said, hey, Mom, you know that workout program and shake I've been using? It's working like crazy. By the way, her mom had noticed. She said, I'm going to sign you up as a coach and get you Focus T25 to get you going, okay? I'll pay for your shake until you're at a place that you're able to afford to do so, as it will help my business. How many of you guys can do that? Do that with your mom or with your dad. Hey, Mom, you know that thing I've been doing? I'm going to sign you up. I'm going to get you this. I'm going to get you that. And you're going to help me out. A lot of us can do that, right? Aisha Ortiz from the Bronx, she said, I can do that. You're not an Emerald coach yet? See, it's so weird. Some of you are unmuted. It's like the craziest thing. Okay, Aisha, you are not an Emerald coach, girl. You can get to Emerald before Thursday because you can totally do that. And coach number 3, oh, apparently the mom said, okay, this little document's a little crazy, but this little document says that her mom said, that is so awesome, sweetie, thank you. I want to contribute to the Shakeology as I see how much it's doing for you. Thank you for thinking of me. Karina, are you kidding me? Did your mom really say that to you? I have to tell you that I signed up my mom to be a coach, right? And my mom, even though she has high blood pressure, wanted to lose some weight, she had bags of Shakeology and never used it. So you guys, I just want to say, don't get discouraged if the people in your life are not on board. You know, chances are that my mom doesn't even know what it is that I do as a coach. But but she knows that, you know, that her daughter's making great money and that because of coaching, she can afford to fly her out here, or that I can afford to fly over there whenever I want. And I have a little story. My mom, we grew up on public assistance. I mean, we really did grow up really poor. And, you know, buying a pair of expensive anything was really just out of the question. So I was out, when I was living in California, I was out with my mom and I saw these shoes, these boots that were $400, and I tried them on. And in front of my mom, I don't like to spend like big money because I think sometimes that she's going to be like, wow, don't be crazy. You know, that's insane. You're going to spend $400 on shoes. And my mom just saw how well I was doing. And so I said, oh my God, I love these shoes. I'm like, but they're $400. And she's like, get them. Are you going to get them? Are you going to get them? And she was just really encouraging. And I don't know if I got the shoes or not, but okay, I did get them. But it was just awesome because my mom was able to see her daughter have this success, even though we didn't grow up like that. So it was really, really cool. Just for my mom to encourage me. And now, you know, when she sees me, you know, splurging on myself or on her, or on family, she doesn't say anything. And it's really, really nice to be able to do that. Okay, some of you guys lost me completely. All right, I'm going to share 2 more examples and then that's it. Yay, some of you can hear me. All right, she had mentioned in her group, this is Coach Amanda Bush. She had mentioned in her group about getting Shakeology with a discount, and a client asked about it. This is how it went. This is a message that said, oh, okay, sorry that it took a little bit. I had to get the kids to dinner. I had to get the kids dinner. There are a few ways to get a discounted rate. She said, if you order on Home Direct, you'll get free shipping. Now Shakeology is $2 for the shipping. And then she told her, then you can cancel Home Direct if you decide it's not for you, but at least you'll get that free shipping initially. And she said, if you happen to be interested in another workout program, you could order a challenge pack because they include Shakeology and a program for about $40 more than Shakeology. So that's another great way to save. So basically she gave her 2 options. She said, you know, you can get it on Home Direct, you get a discount, or you can get the challenge pack. So she gave her different options. She gave her 3 options. And she said, third, you could become a coach and you would get the coach discount of 25% off. If you like helping people and have ever thought about coaching, this is a great option. Okay, so basically Amanda gave her 3 options, totally overwhelmed her prospect. And guess what? She puts a little note here. I was a rookie, but it got the job done, LOL. Last week, we shared an example of, it was Nikki who gave us our example of this. Seriously, the message was so long, and, you know, it was basically what not to do, and guess what? It also got the job done. The person said yes. So all you have to do is be courageous enough to ask someone to do it, right? To become a coach so that they can get the discount, so that they can help you further your business if it's a family member. And if it's someone on social media, you know, someone in your group, just tell them what the benefit would be for them, whatever you see that the benefit would be for them. So we've created a Get to Emerald story bank. It's in the Empire Assembly Hall, and if it's not, I will put it up there in 2 seconds. And I'm going to clean this document up for you guys. I was just in the process of collecting this information for you, but you're going to be able to see how coaches were able to sponsor the first 2 coaches. So basically, our team call is over. Because we had all these technical difficulties, and really the best part of any call is usually the Q&A. So once again, you guys, if you're coming in later, my apologies for the crazy technical difficulties. We were unable to mute our 10 guest speakers. Somebody mentioned Darth Vader, but Darth Vader did come on the call, and they made a guest appearance several times. So yeah, so I'm so sorry that we couldn't get the 10 people on, but go ahead, ask me 2, 3 questions. I'm happy to stay with you guys for a little bit longer. Ask me anything at all. And we will get you 10 folks, Stacy, Alita, Christina, Christiane, Brooke, Jonathan, Jason, Nikki, Julie, and Karina on the call again in the future. All right. What else, you guys? Ask me a question. Darth Vader makes an appearance again. That is hilarious. Okay. So Jody, is that Jody, my Jody? What do we get when we sign up someone as a coach, like my husband, for example? Is that my Jody? So what do you get when we sign up someone as a coach, like my husband, for example? Okay, Jody, I don't know if you had a chance to watch last week, opposed to him purchasing something. It's your Jody. Okay, got it. All right, so what if you do have to listen to last week's webinar, because that'll make sense, but I'll answer the question anyway because I'm sure other people are asking the same question, okay? And actually someone in our group asked that question today. So let's say Jody signs up her husband. Does she get anything? Group responses? She gets whatever people buy from him, right? So the only thing that you would get is team volume. For you to be able to benefit, you would need to have your husband and someone else become a coach. They would both need to be active, and then you'd start getting free customer leads, and eventually you would be able to earn a team cycle bonus. But you don't, quote unquote, get anything right away. It's really for somebody that wants to work the business, okay? Which I think you are, Jody. You're just kind of, you're more than inching your way there, okay? Sarah, suggestions. How about suggestions if you are single? I absolutely love that question. And Sarah, like I said, I was divorced and I signed up my ex-husband. And then I found someone, which was my customer, to become a coach, or someone who was interested in becoming a coach. So what if you're single? Well, if you have a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, a cousin, that was last week's example, and if, let's say, you don't have any family support or anyone in your family that you can ask, then you're gonna start building relationships and creating new relationships, whether they're in your circle or not. I mean, most of my friends, okay, this is funny. My friend Rachel said the other day, isn't it funny? She said, most of your friends have already been a coach at some point or another, but most of them are not coaches anymore. You know, we build our team outside of our family. And if you're serious about building the business, even if you don't have any family support, you're going to go outside. Does that answer your question? So start talking to people in special interest groups. Start making connections, you know, through social media. I mean, there are 350 million Americans, 70% of the population is overweight. And what about Canada? What is the population? How many hundreds of millions of people in Canada? So with the US and Canada, you can make your business work because of social media. Okay, so parents, brother, sister, best friend, coworker, those closest to you who you think would benefit from what we offer. That's right. So Jason, who was supposed to share with us, unmuted, said, so I take it that you guys are husband and wife, Jason, by the way, Jason and Brooke. I mean, I see you're a couple, but I wasn't really sure what the deal is. Okay. I signed up Brooke on day one and asked few people the next day, which that was an appropriate comment. I didn't mean it that way, by the way. I wasn't sure. Yeah. Oh man, this call is funny. Okay. Anyway, I signed up Brooke on day one and asked a few people the next day, who wants to join me in this new venture to help people get healthy? He said he could have chosen better words at the time, but it worked. He made emerald in 2 days. And he said his biggest tip is show conviction no matter what. This is the third example, you guys, that we have on our team of people not using the best wording. And you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't say the wrong thing to someone who is excited and ready to join and do something different. So, for those of you who get paralyzed um, by the fear that you'll say the wrong thing, really get over it. Just open your mouth and just start sharing. Just start talking to people. Like, seriously, this is probably one of the worst calls, kind of sort of real, that I've done, because things got messed up, but it didn't stop me. And here you guys are. Like, you guys are the troopers, the people who stay with you, even though, you don't have the right wording. To me, those are the people that show that they've got something, and that you want on your team. So really don't get hung up on saying the right thing. You learn how to say the right thing with time. And, today's an example. I've said lots of crazy things, and, time didn't cure that. So, okay. Christiane shared that her husband is a coach and that she got him to Emerald and also started working on his business once she became Diamond. And that's a great point to make, and not something that you have to really worry about right now as brand new coaches if you're a new coach. But, I have friends whose husbands, these are women that I'm talking about, whose husbands' business centers make over they make six figures because, the spouses are working the business center. But that's double dipping, and that's something that you will have access to. So, okay, yes. So everyone's talking about, okay, when do we build our husband's business? I am Emerald. So Katrina, my advice to you would be to work towards getting to Diamond. And if you need to make your husband Emerald, because that'll help you get to Diamond, do that. But what you want to do is get him to Emerald so that you can get to Diamond, but really solidify your Diamond. You want to really focus in your business and solidify your Diamond. And it's not an easy question to answer, because let's say you have some people on your team who are looking to build their team. Well, you might not want to focus on, building your husband's business center at that time, but it's really a case-by-case basis, so it's a little bit hard to answer that. Okay. So Jason's key point, and I think we're going to end it with that. He said, ask the world. We're all afraid of rejection, but they aren't rejecting you if they say no. Oh, yes. They're just like, Beachbody isn't, obviously I'm an advocate of Beachbody, but it isn't the end all be all, So if people say no, they could be saying no because they're saying, like Jason said, they could be saying no to their own health. They could be saying no to themselves. They could be saying no because it's really not for them, or they think it's really not for them. They could be saying no because they're not ready, or because they're interested in, in Mary Kay or Avon or something else. The point is that too many coaches take it personally when they get a no, but it's not about you. It's never, ever about you. I get no's all the time, but that's okay. I just keep going, and I've kept going for 7 years because I've gotten enough yeses, and that's true of everyone on our team. All right, you guys. I'm going to scroll down, and then we're going to end the call. We're 10 minutes. Yay! Exactly. Get over hearing, somebody mentioned a Jehovah's Witness. They get their, the doors slammed on them so often. Don't take it personally. That's right. Go for no. Okay, I'll end with this comment. We had a Diamond a few months ago, and the goal was to get 2 no's per day. You're going to find most people, it's hard to get people to tell you no. A lot of times people will give you crickets, right? They just won't respond because they're afraid to disappoint you. But if you are relentless in your pursuit of that no, and you make not a game of it, you just have fun with it, you're going to find that people, that it's not so scary, that so what if people say no, and that most of the time people are not willing to say no, and that if you follow up enough, if you have conviction, that people are going to say yes, and every no gets you closer to a yes. All right, Pete, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I see you guys are all the winners. I really, really, really appreciate it. And the recording's going to be up, although it's probably going to be a crazy recording with static and craziness, and they won't be able to see the chat box. But I really do hope that this was somehow somewhat helpful for you. I'm referring you back to our last week's call, which really was the bomb, and we are going to redo this call in 2 weeks. Hopefully, this sound issue is going to be resolved ASAP. All right, good night, everyone. Thank you. You guys rock.